Hey guys, I've had some requests to make a video explaining how I make my lyric videos. And finally, here's the tutorial. Today, I'm going to be making a lyric video for the song It's a Magical World, which was requested by Cherry Gems. Oh, and sorry if I go too fast, you may have to pause a lot. So obviously first you have to pick a song. Once I have one in mind, I head over to YouTube and copy the song onto my tablet. Shout out to Chipmunk Mania, as I use your channel a lot for this. Once I have the song in the bag, the first thing I look for is the photos of the characters. Sometimes I go onto YouTube videos and pause them at moments I think would be ideal. To get the best images, make sure the video is set in the highest quality. You may have to wait for this to happen. Or sometimes I just go onto Google and find the perfect picture there. Once I have found that picture, you download it, and then I go over to PicsArt and start to edit. PicsArt is my favourite app for this, as it allows you to crop, add a border, and use a lot of other functions that you can see below. Do the same thing for all the characters that you want to use. Next I head over to KineMaster or KineMaster or whatever it is. I start a new project, press media, and choose a background from my files. I'm going to go over this one. Next press layer and media. Find the song that you are going to use, and then as it's a video you need to extract the audio and then delete the actual video but not the audio. The audio's in green. If you downloaded the video, press audio instead of layer and you should find it there. Then enhance the sound of the actual audio. Oh, and don't forget to turn down the volume of the background. Then I head back over to Google and pick a background, which I then blend with the video background, and you can have multiple backgrounds. Find it under Layer, Media, Downloads, stretch the image across the length of the audio, and crop it to suit this. I use blending to blend the two backgrounds together. You can choose any one you like, but I'm going to go with this one. But you may want to check the other options just in case. Now for the characters. Go onto Layer, Media, and then find the characters that you've made and add them along the length of the video. You can add an in and out animation. I use fade and normally set it at about 0.3. There is also an option to have an overall animation, but I don't use it in lyric videos. Well, not often anyway. Repeat the same thing with all the characters that you want to use, making sure that the settings are at the same, so that they are all in sync with each other when you make the actual video. And try to make them the same size too. Once you have all the characters, it is just a case of laying them out. There is an option on the right to switch the character facing this way or that, if you want to use it. Once you are happy with your layout, it is time to start highlighting the characters when they sing. I'll refer to them as strings. Make sure you have a little bit of string at the beginning so that it is easier to highlight them later on. Start going through the song and cropping out each character when they sing. For multiple croppings, use the tooly thing to crop left or right. This will make the strings even. If the characters are just taking a breath from singing, use the tooly thing in the middle of the string and cut them accordingly. Use split at playhead to do this. Eventually, you've gone through the whole song cutting down the strings for each character accordingly. Now for the strings I told you to place at the start. Drag these strings all the way throughout the song and use the three little dots in the top left corner to click on Send to Back. Do the same for each character. Once you've done this for all of the characters, you can then start messing around with the colour filter. They can appear black and white, or anything really. If you wanted to, you can send the background image to the back so that the characters are not with this hazy thing. That's just my background. You can also play around with the opacity and the blending to see which one you like more. Or I mean, you could use like all of them. And now is when I start on the actual lyrics. Press layer and then there will be a T which you press onto and start writing out the lyrics. Once you've written out your lyrics, then choose a font. You can download more fonts by using the little shop icon in the top right corner. Once you've chosen a font that you want to use, you need to enlarge it or delarge it or whatever you find suitable. You can choose a colour next to the scissors and then even choose an outline colour too. There are also other options which you can play around with. Just like for the characters, you can choose in animations and out animations. I tend to like to keep these at the same setting, so 0.3. Then crop the text strings to the character strings you have already done. You should get something like this. Duplicate these text boxes for other characters or for the same character singing a different line. A top tip is to change the colour so that you know who is singing. Here is an example of me cropping the text box string to the character string so that you know who is singing at what time. Please note that these lyrics are just for an example and may not actually be correct. If the gap between the lines are too big, simply use the text option and you can change it there. Like I said earlier, change the colour of the font so you know who is singing. You may want to have red for Alvin, blue for Simon and green for Theodore, or you can choose any colour you want really. Top tip, if you are struggling to find out who is singing, you can turn down the pitch by pressing the speaker and turning down the pitch. It may sound a bit freaky though.
Look around and see.
If you still don't know what they're saying or who is singing, I press onto voice changer and press man. This makes it even deeper. It also sounds a lot more like Ross Bagdasarian Jr.
Look around and see. How the world changes as you speak. It changes as you...
Now for a cool fade-in video effect. Press on the little cog thing, press video, press fade in and adjust it to what you want it to be. You can also allow the video to fade out, or if you press on audio, you can have the audio fade in and out too. It will look something like this, and the end will look something like this. Then press Layer, Text, and write your title. Use what I have already shown you to adapt this to how you want it to be. Then it will look something like this. If you want to, you can keep trying different things until you find something you like. Now for the finishing touch, a watermark. You all know my watermark. Make sure to drag this string throughout the whole video so that it is there the whole time. And also, you don't want anyone robbing your video, especially after all the hard work you put into it. I like to add a cool effect by blending it to the background. And of course, make sure to thank people for watching the video. The last thing you do is export it by using the top right corner. Change the quality of the video here. Skip this thing if you want to. And then it is just a matter of waiting. And trust me, it doesn't go this quickly. Once you are done, your screen will look like this and you will be able to play it. And it will automatically save into your gallery. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was clear, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. Thanks!